So, girls, we will continue from what we left last time. That is, we have already studied on some of the important, economically important crops. So, we will again continue with that. And today we are going to study on some of important oil crops, okay, oil yielding crops. So, again, we have to choose only three crops to study their botanical name, their family, as well as their important uses. So, the first one that we are going to study here, as you can see, is groundnut oil. Now, groundnut plant, the botanical name of a groundnut plant is, as you can see here, is Arachis hypogaea, and it belongs to the family. You can see here it belongs to the family Fabaceae, and it has many vernacular names. So in India, it is known by these names like Mungfali, then Chini Badam, Varkadai, and so on. Okay, so these are some of the vernacular names of groundnut plant. Now, Arachis hypogaea or groundnut, as you can see here, it is native to Brazil. Okay, it is native to Brazil, and it is an very one of the important sources of oil. Okay, groundnut oil we used to obtain from this plant Arachis hypogaea, and this plant from Brazil, it is widely distributed throughout South America, and not only in South America but to other countries as well. As you can see here, that the plant was perhaps introduced by the Portuguese into Senegal and Gambia, and from there it spread to different parts of Africa. So in India, you can see the this particular crop plant, it was introduced by the Spaniards to China, Japan, Malaysia, and India. And in India, this at present, this plant is widely grown in almost all the tropical as well as the subtropical countries of the world. And as you can see in this line here, India is the largest producer of groundnut. Okay, so our country, that is India, is the larger producer of groundnut, followed by these many other countries such as China, USA, then Senegal, Nigeria, South Africa, and many other countries. And it is not only cultivated only in India but in different countries. You can see these are the name of other countries in which this crop plant is cultivated. So coming to its botanical characteristics now, let me show you the uh, picture. So coming to the botanical characteristic, this plant is a low growing annual herb. Okay, it is a low growing, and it is a herb which attains a height of only about 0.3 to 0.6 meter. So it has a very short height, and the stem, as you can see, the stem, it is at first it is cylindrical. Okay, you can see here the stem is cylindrical, but it becomes more or less angular when it become with age. Okay, with age it becomes more or less angular, but at first when the plant is young, the stem is usually cylindrical. And as you can see here, just take a look at the leaf, it is quadrifoliate. Okay, quadrifoliate. Why? Because you can see two pairs of leaves, two pairs, that means four leaves, four leaflets, sorry, one, two, this one, two, three, and four. Here also one, two, three, and four. So you can see four leaflets. So these type of leaf, that is two pairs of leaflets, are referred to as quadrifoliate. And the petiole here is groove. Okay, and it is slender. As you can see here, these leaves, they are grown in this petiole here, right? This is the petiole, and it is slightly grooved. You can see in between, it's like there is a line in this petiole, so it is grooved. And the Flowers, they are usually lemon yellow in color, and they are usually sessile. Okay, that means they are borne without a stalk on the axil of the leaves, or as you can see in this figure, they have a short stalk. They are either sessile, that is without a stalk, or with short stalk, or and they are borne on these short branches. You can see the flowers are arise on the short branches, and they either develop singly, okay, as you can see here, singly, or sometimes they usually develop in clusters of about 2 to 4. And these flowers which these branches, okay, which bear flowers, they are pushed, okay, they are thrust on the ground. That means they are pushed on the ground after fertilization, and the formation of fruit, it does not take place until the ovary is pushed under the soil. Okay, so remember that. That is why you can see these fruits, they are on the ground, whereas the flowers, they are on top. So that means the flowers, just remember, the formation of the fruit will take place only after the flowers are thrust on the ground, okay, and the ovary is pushed under the soil, then only the fruit will form. And as you can see that the fruit is elongated, oblong, and it contains 1 to 3 seeds. Okay, you can see here there are 2 seeds, or sometimes you will find only 1 seeds inside, or three seeds. And this pod, as you can see, it is slightly constricted. You can see here it is constricted. You can see here when there is 2 seats, you can see that there is 2 seats and it is constricted in between. So the pot is constricted slightly between the seeds, and the seeds, they are ovoid or cylindrical with a brick red. You have seen, you have seen groundnut seeds, okay, how they look. They are usually brick red or rust colored in they are rust in color. Okay, so they have a rust colored seed coat, and if you open that seed coat, very thin seed coat which is brick red in color, you will find that it is slightly yellowish. So this is the botanical characteristics of the crop plant. Now we will take a look at. Okay, these are some of the areas here. It is mentioned. You can see the major producing the major major areas which produce this groundnut oil include Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh. You can see this. Okay, you can study on your own. You can read from here. I will not explain. These are some of the areas, and it is also mentioned here about the climate where this particular crop plant is suitable for cultivation. And lastly, here you can see the uses is that the oil cake. Oil cake is that one when you extract the oil from the plant. After extracting, that remaining plant part is referred to as the oil cake. Okay, it is the plant itself where we extracted the oil. Okay, so the remaining plant part after extraction of oil is referred to as the oil cake. This one, it is usually used for cattle and other animal farm for feed. Okay, feeding the uh, other farm animals, or it can also be used as a manure. But sometimes the best quality, that means those obtained from the plants which are which of a very best quality, without any disease, without anything, the best quality plants, when after you extract the oil, so that oil cake is grounded into flour for human consumption, because it is very rich in protein. So these are some of the important uses of groundnut plant. So next we will study another very important oil that we usually use in almost all houses. You will see mustard oil is always there, right? Especially here in India, you can see that they use this oil for cooking and many other purposes. So another important oil, we have many other oil, important oil, but this is another one that I'm choosing, that I'll be explaining today. The botanical name of a mustard plant is Brassica. Here you can see Brassica species. Why? Because there are many species of this plant, of this mustard plant. Okay, so Brassica species, and it belongs to the family Brassicaceae. And the oil which is obtained from various species of Brassica, it is known as rape. Okay, so the oil which is obtained, the oil is referred to as the rape or colza, or we usually call it mustard oil itself. And some of the important species of Brassica which are extensively used for extracting the oil, they are this one, Brassica janecia. Okay, this one, Brassica janecia. It is an Indian species. Okay, and Brassica campestris, it is also referred to as yellow sarson. And this Brassica campestris var dichotoma, it is also known as brown sarso. And many other species, all these species, they are mostly native to the not temperate parts of the world, especially the Mediterranean region. And you can see Indian mustard, that means this one Brassica janecia, it was introduced from other countries, okay, from China into northeastern India. And three varieties of Brassica campestris, Sarso, Dichotoma, and Toria, they are collectively known as rape. Okay, whereas Brassica janecia is known as mustard. Okay, so these three, they are known as rape, whereas this Brassica janecia is known as mustard. And all these Brassica species, they are chiefly grown in these different countries, you can see here. So now coming to the botanical characteristic of the crop plant. So now coming to the botanical characteristic of the mustard crop plant. These rape and mustard plants, they are usually slender and erect. You can see this stem. Okay, they are slender, they are erect, and also they have many branches. Okay, usually branched annual herbs which attain a height of about 0.6 to 1.5 meter. And as you can see here, the leaves, just take a look at the leaves. They are this type of leaves, they are usually referred to as lyriate. Okay, these type of leaves, you can see a single leaf in this form, they are usually referred to as lyriate. Let me show you one more diagram, one more picture. Yes, this one. Okay, these type of leaf, they are referred to as lyriate. So the leaves, they are usually lyriate. And you can clearly see that the flowers, they are small, and they are usually either pale yellow or cream colored. As you can see here, they are yellow in color. You can see the leaf is lyriate, then the flowers, they are small, yellowish, or sometimes cream colored, and they are arranged in this way. You can see this arrangement, this type of arrangement of flowers also is referred to as Corimbos racemes. Okay, let me show you the another picture. See, this type of arrangement of flowers. Okay, in this type or this one, you can see in bunch they are arranged. So this type of arrangement is referred to as corimbos racemes. So you can see clearly here in this picture the way these flowers are arranged. This is a more clearer picture of the flowers. You can see they are arranged in corimbos racemes. And just take a look at this corolla. It is characteristic cruciform. Okay, so yes, you can see just like a cross. Okay, if you take a look at the corolla, you can see it's like a cross. Okay, that is why it's referred to as cruciform. So the corolla is characteristic cruciform, and the fruit is a siliqua with short and stout beak. Now the fruit here you can see in this another diagram. Okay, this is referred to as a siliqua. Okay, long, slender, and you can see with a stout beak here. This is the beak. All right, so the fruit is siliqua with a short and stout beak, and when you the seeds they are formed inside this fruit, the seeds they are usually very small. You can see the seeds are small, spherical, and you can see two types of seeds here are shown, the yellow brown or black in color with marked reticulations. Okay, there are reticulations on the surface, so they are not smooth. If you remember the seeds of the uh, black pepper also, the black pepper, you will find that they are not smooth in their surface. There are many reticulations on the surface, okay, of the seeds. They are small. So these also, the seeds, they are not smooth, but they are marked with reticulations on their surface. Now this is the characteristic, the botanical characteristic features of the plant. So next we will take a look at we will come to the uses of the mustard oil. So coming to the uses, we all know that mustard oil is chiefly used for edible purposes, but the low quality, okay, the inferior grades, meaning the low quality of oil, they are used as illuminant. Okay, it is used as illuminant, or that means for decorative lighting or lighting effects, then for oiling the wooden articles, and also it is used in the manufacture of soap and rubber substitutes. Okay, so as a substitutes for rubber. And the oil is also used as, we all know this, that this mustard oil is usually used as a preservative for pickles and also for flavoring curries and vegetables. It also finds its application in many Ayurvedic medicated oils. Okay, so this oil also, just like the groundnut oil, it has medicinal properties. You can see it is used as a liminant or for massage in paralytic diseases of the nervous system. Okay, liminant is kind of an embrocation for rubbing on the body, okay, to relieve the pain. So the oil used to relieve the pain by rubbing in the body on the area where there is pain. So it is referred to as liniment, and or for massage, especially for those who has paralytic diseases. And if it is mixed with the rock salt, okay, this oil, it can be used for gum diseases. It can be used to treat gum diseases, and it is also widely employed in tanning process to impart a soft and pliable texture to skins and hides. Okay, hides those camouflage shelter which are made up of skins. okay, animal skins. And the oil cake is you again oil cake, that means the remaining part of the plant where the oil has been extracted, that oil cake is only used for livestock feed, or it can also be used as a fertilizer, but it is not used for human consumption. Unlike groundnut oil, if it is of good quality, it can also be grounded to flour for human consumption. But this one, the oil cake, is only used for livestock feed, and also it can be used as a uh, fertilizer. So these are some of the important uses of the mustard oil. Now coming to the last part here, the coconut oil. Sorry, the coconut oil. The coconut oil, since we have already done earlier, we have studied about the important fibers. When we study about the fibers, if you remember, I had explained to you on the coir, coir, which is obtained from coconut, that is the skin of the coconut, those hair, brown hairs, okay, on the fruit, coconut fruit. So those coir, it has many uses, important uses. So when we study coconut, uh, the coir where we obtain from coconut, you already know about coconut, okay, the botanical name Coccus nucifera, then the family, then all these we have discussed, the botanical characteristic also. So now we will come directly to the uses. Again, you already know that coconut oil also, it has a wide application in for edible and also industrial purposes. And the characteristic flavor all and the light color of coconut oil, it make it a favorable salad oil. So it is widely used for edible purposes or frying purposes, that is for culinary purposes or cooking purposes. And the refined and deodorized oil, it finds place in hair oils. We have made up of coconut, we have hair oils, then shampoo, then liquid soaps, then even creams. And the hydrogenated coconut oil is preferred as coating for cookies, candies, or confectionery butters. And just remember that this coconut oil is it has a very it is a very rich source of this acid, okay, that is the myristic acid. So myristic coconut oil is very rich in myristic acid, and so that is why it can be esterified into isopropyl myristate. So this isopropyl myristate can be obtained from coconut oil, which act as a good binder. Okay, a binder, I used to mention this earlier also. A binder, that is a substance which is used to make other substance or materials stick or mix together. So it acts as a good binder, and also as an emollient, that is which has the quality for softening or soothing the skin. Okay, so that is why it can be used in cosmetics, and it is also used again for decorative lighting, okay, for illumination as well as anointing the body. Again, anointing, that means to rub the body or the skin, sorry, the skin with oil. And this anointing is usually used typically as part of religious ceremony, where they used to rub the skin with the oil. And the oil cake here, that means the remaining portion of the plant from where the oil has been extracted, the oil cake. Here it is particularly known as, it has a name, okay, it is known as punak. Punak, it is an excellent cattle feed. So again, the oil cake, it can be used as a livestock feed. So these are some of the important uses of the coconut oil.